The last 2 weeks have seen Parliament going back after the elections, and of course it's been really exciting that there have been 63 SNP MSPs now, who are by far the largest party in the Scottish Parliament. Somewhat disappointingly, from my point of view, the Conservatives are second, and then Labour obviously struggling in a poor third. So we're not back into the full run of business yet, but the first thing that happened was that Nicola Sturgeon was made First Minister, and that was after, of course, we had the new presiding officer, Ken McIntosh, which I thought was a very good choice. And then in recent days we've also had the new Cabinet Secretaries and new Ministers. And there's some very interesting arrangements in there. For example, John Swinney leaves Finance after quite a long time and will head up Education, which shows how important education is, but it will be a big challenge for Derek Mackay coming in to follow him in the finance brief. And not surprisingly, I myself am not a government minister or cabinet secretary. I think my kind of independent thinking does not quite fit in with being in government. But that's probably where I'm more at home, and I certainly am committed to continuing to challenge whoever's in power at Westminster, Holyrood and elsewhere with what I would hope would be challenging questions and arguments. The next thing for myself will be which committees I'm going to be on. I would like to be involved in the finance side again, but I'm certainly open to being involved in other areas within the Parliament, and I think there's going to be a new system of committees, perhaps with larger committees and perhaps not quite so many. So it is an exciting time as we look forward to next week when we start thinking about the SNP programme for government going forward in Scotland, and also as we head towards the European referendum coming up later in June, when I very much hope that Scotland will be remaining within the EU.